The downside of success. Hi everyone, Angus Pryor here, #1 Google ranked dental marketer in Australia. Look, I was listening to an interview this morning about a guy, very successful business person, and he spoke about something that I'd never really thought about, which is the downside of success. So here's a guy who had taken business from a startup phase to 9 locations in a space of 4 years. But this particular individual, like about 20% of the population, suffers from anxiety. And the truth is, if you do suffer from anxiety, that's not the end of the story. I mean, there are many people who suffer from it and are able to manage it in the same way that, you might have asthma or, in my case, a dodgy hamstring. But there was 2 things that the person said that really stuck with me. The first was that, ironically, you think, oh yes, the business is going really well, really successful, I'm going to be much happier. No. The actual downside of the success of the business was that the increasing feel of pressure, that, I've got to be perfect and etc., etc. So the irony is that being very successful in this case was actually a downside. The second factor, and the interviewer said to the guy, well, what's the #1 thing that would help you in managing your anxiety? And he said, tell others about it. And what would happen is this guy didn't tell others about it, and his employees would notice that he'd be irritable, etc. And I guess his thinking was, well, I'm not going to tell people about it because that'll burden them. But the fact is that it manifested itself in other ways. So my message to you is very simple today. If your business is going really well, then just be aware that a downside may be that you're going to feel an increase in anxiety or whatever, if that's something you're prone to. And that's okay. That's not all she wrote, but you can get help. The book that I think this guy released is called Attacking Anxiety. Not that you ever get rid of it, but just that you can attack it head on. And the second thing is get help, and get help early. At the end of this message, I've got the link for Beyond Blue. They've got some pretty cool programs. They've got a new program for entrepreneurs, for business people, for practice owners, just to help you get ahead of the game. Otherwise, catch you next time.